And welcome to Rhino Sports. I am your host, Peter DeSimone. On this lovely April day, we have a packed show for you. Before we have our surprise guests come on, I have to touch on one subject. I am still stuck on the fact that NBA analysts out there are comparing Trae Young to Steph Curry. Trae Young has shown a great ability to shoot the ball, but only in college, while on the other hand, Steph Curry is arguably the best shooter of all time. Young shot 36% from three. While this stat is nice and all, I don't think that it justifies the comparison. I think some people out there these days are way too quick to draw comparisons. Well, there's my rant of the day. Stick around and we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Great. Another dead end.
Sarge, I just got a tip that'll crack this case wide open. Turns out the prince at the crime scene...
Did McGruffy Wuffy get a tippy-whippy?
I'm serious. We gotta move fast before...
Who's a good boy? Is him a good boy?
I'm just gonna go.
Oh, you wanna go outside? You gotta go tinky poo-poo.
I already went, okay? In the bathroom.
As long as people talk baby talk to dogs, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I got a tip for you. Click on that subscribe button and get access to more funny Geico videos. Now go ahead, click on that button. Give it a big clicky wicky.
Welcome back to Rhino Sports. I'd like to welcome our surprise guest, sports analyst and DC sports fan Mike Fraser, onto the show.
Thanks for having me here on the show. Go Zards, I'm a big fan.
Great to hear it. So Mike, let's get down to brass taxes. What do you think about the Wizards' chances of making a run to the finals this year?
Well, the Wizards fan inside me says they'll go all the way and only have trouble if they have to face the Cavaliers. LeBron has something else to deal with when it comes to the NBA playoffs. It's like he switches into an extra gear when he wants to. He's also coming off arguably his best statistical season yet. But you know what I think? I think John Wall and Bradley Beal can handle the Cavs. DC all the way.
So then tell me, what is your finals matchup prediction, and who do you think will bring it all home?
You know what? I'm going to pick Rockets-Wizards finals, and I'm also predicting John Wall will average a triple-double and win MVP.
Please expand, because in my mind, there is no way the Warriors are losing to the Rockets.
Listen, the Warriors are human just like everyone else. They will fail sooner or later, and I think that is now. But that's besides the point. Like I said, I think the Wizards will beat the Rockets in the finals. James Harden will fold like last year, but I also think the referees won't give him the calls he's used to getting in the regular season. I don't like Harden. I think he is ruining the game by constantly trying to draw fouls and milk the rule book. Besides, the referees let a lot more slide in the playoffs. The game is more physical when it comes down to crunch time.
You know what, Mike? I know exactly what you're talking about. And I have to say, I agree with you to some extent. Now, let's bring up the drafts. First, the NFL draft. Now, there's so many variables going into another overwhelmingly talented draft this year. So let's just talk quarterbacks. You got Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Rosen and Baker Mayfield. And then you got Lamar Jackson. First off, Josh Allen, I think will go number one. I have heard the Browns owner is sold on him, and I think they have finally found a franchise quarterback. Now, I don't think he will play week one, but maybe later on in the season if need be. Second and third are Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen, who in my mind are interchangeable. I think they could land wherever in the first round, but I don't expect them to slide too far. And then following them are Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson.
I just got to say, I love Baker Mayfield. He has a little bit of Johnny football to his game. He may be undersized, but I think if any 6-foot-tall quarterback can do it, it's him. I love the passion and swag he brings to his game. I think whenever he ends up, his teammates will love him, and his rivals will hate him.
I love it too, but I don't think he will pan out in the NFL. Mike Vick did it as about his height, but hey, he was Michael Vick, one of the most gifted athletes of all time. But I do think someone will take the bait and draft him from the first 2 rounds.
Well, Pete, let's agree to disagree, because I predict Baker Mayfield to be going to the New York Jets as the 3rd pick. Go Jets.
Interesting. So then I got to ask, what do you think about Lamar Jackson? Because honestly, I don't know how it will go for him. He showed a lot of promise when he had the talent around him.
I think Jackson will be a last-round steal. He's a good quarterback, but a great athlete. I think he could use some time developing his body in order to be more durable. After all, he's a very lanky and could be use a hamburger or two.
A hamburger sounds great right about now. But before we run out of time, let me ask you about the NBA draft. What are your thoughts? Who do you think will be picked early, and any thoughts on Europe's newest sensation, Luka Doncic?
To be honest, Peter, I haven't really had any time to research the draft. I'm awfully busy watching the Capitals and Wizards pretty much. I have also been watching a lot of 76ers games lately, and I'm kind of worried about them, so much that I don't want to see them a year or two down the line. Those guys are ballers, and I know they still have plenty of picks stockpiled for this year's draft and for years to come. Although I do know a lot about Doncic.
Right you are, Mike. Trust the process. But before we go, give me something about Luka Doncic. I know you're a big fan of European players like him. What's your scout?
From what I've seen, Luka Doncic is hybrid between Manu Ginobili and Klay Thompson. He is shifty. He can hit the step backs. I mean, seriously, if any of you out there have the chance, pull out your cell phones and Google this guy. He's electric. Just play the tape.
Let's see it.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Well, Mike, you're right. Doncic seems like he has NBA ready. Anyways, thanks for coming on and sharing your knowledge and thoughts with us. I hope your DC teams don't disappoint you again this year.
Thanks for having me, and honestly, I hope someone wins something this year because I need it. Go Caps, go Zards, have a good one.
See you tomorrow, folks.